Yeah. It's been a ride. I guess I had to go to that place to get to this one. Now some of you might still be in that place. If you're trying to get out, just follow me. I'll get you there. You can try and read my lyrics off of this paper before I lay them, but you won't take the sting out these words before I say them.
I'm Damon Gonzalez from Latinbox Sports. I'm here with Middleweight Willie Monroe Jr. How you doing today, Willie?
Feeling good, man. Feeling like a champ.
We are set tonight to finish up training camp in Florida.
Yeah.
You had a very huge amount of training camp up in Winter Haven and also in Tampa, Florida.
Yeah.
Let's talk about fight week. Coming this Friday, the 2014 Boxcino Tournament comes to the stage on Friday Night Fights, and it's an honor to see you step into the ring with Brandon Adams. What are your thoughts at this moment leading up to Friday?
Ecstatic, happy. Happy I made it this far. You know what I mean? I was like tournament least favorite. I'll never understand that, but because I know myself, but I was tournament least favorite. And like I said, I feel like Andre Ward. He came into that super middleweight tournament least favorite, and he ran through it. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm feeling like right now, with the power of the Almighty upstairs, man.
Talk about your collision with Brandon Adams this Friday. What type of fight are we looking at coming from Willie Monroe Jr.?
Explosive. I mean, this kid is, a lot like me. He's cagey, tricky. I don't think he's as fast or as strong as me, but cagey and tricky. Any man can be dangerous. So, I mean, he opposes a challenger. You got to look at it. He made it to the finals too. He didn't make it there just fighting slouches. So, I mean, it's down to us too. It's showtime. It's down to that. Those last two. Let's see who climbs that mountain and stand at the peak. God willing to be me.
Very hard display of training tonight over at Legends Gym here in Tampa. Let's talk about the scale this Thursday. How you look far as fight weight?
Oh, it looked good. Actually, man, I had planned it just because yesterday I was 162, so we were, right there. We had planned to not do anything, so I ate a nice meal last night, nice meal this morning. Still didn't go up too high, so the hard work you saw today wasn't even planned. We just got excited, and Sherman down here, he gave me, he stepped in there and wanted to give me some of his work, so I had to go all out, go Roy Jones on him real quick. So it turned into something hard. It turned into a day of training camp rather than a day of just shaking out and staying ready. But it's all good. It works to my benefit,
Amazingly so, promoter Artie Banner, Boxing Promotions.
Right.
They did an amazing job with putting the Boxcino together, man. Talk about walking through this tournament and competing at this level.
I mean, this is where you'll see the best Willie Monroe. A lot of people are saying, Will, you progress every fight, you look better every fight. There's a lot of changes. Not to take nothing away from the training, because I have worked on some new things and implemented some new things with my head trainer, Tony Morgan. But it's stuff that was already there that people just never saw, because of the opponents or because of the timing of the fight. I think it's just simply maturity, These are things that were always there that people never really got a chance to see. And what's funny is we haven't even scratched the surface to what I'm gonna do, as a professional, as a junior middleweight and as a middleweight, but I know my talent level, my team know my talent level, the people that have fought me and the people that are around my camp, they know my talent level. And I think the general public outside of home doesn't know. And I get a lot of slack from the commentators, which is cool, because at the end of the day, it's like the more they talk junk, the more I look like a rock star, because I'm an excellent fighter. I have an excellent and high boxing IQ. I'm almost ahead of my years with my IQ, but I don't get the credit for it just because I haven't been seen. But it almost works in a catch-22 to where it's like, man, this guy shows up and shows us something different every time. You're seeing something different. It's just as well as being in the gym to me, because that's how I work. That's how my grandfather trained me, from a little nene, from a little boy, So we got it done.
The Boxcino title belt. You know, the belt has its significance. This is it. This is for all the marbles.
Yeah.
How gratifying is it to fight for this title?
Oh, awesome! It's very gratifying. You know, I won a UBC title and the Mid-South title about 8 months back, and that was gratifying. But I haven't really done anything, you know, really big, you know, since the amateur, since the national. And my last national were the Olympic qualifiers for the 2018, and I lost a decision to Sean Porter. So shout out to Sean Porter. I've learned a lot. That's my boy. You know, I just haven't been able to display who I am since, you know, those big tournaments in the amateur. So now it's the time for Willie Monroe to show the full onslaught of the Mongoose. So.
Man, let's talk about the teamwork and the humbling dedication that Team Mongoose had in preparing you for this fight. Give a shout out to Team Mongoose.
Oh man, number one, I'd like to give a shout out to my prayer warriors, my family and my fans out there on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You know, people know that I'm a man of God, and you know, they inbox me and tweet me prayers and put prayers up under my Instagram picture. And more than anything, I'm glad that I'm using my gifts and talents to bring God's people closer to Him. You know, that's what you're supposed to do with your gifts and talents. And then my team, you know, we have the awesome, multiple world champion, Olympic, two-time Olympic maker, Tony Morgan. I mean, like, the proof is in the pudding. You know what I mean? Everybody he trains are animals. You know what I mean? And Danny Akers, who's my assistant coach, who's been with me since the tiny type. You know, we have that chemistry. And then big shouts out to my strength and conditioning coach, Lee Davis, who's been putting me through hell, put me through the ringer. But, you know, and I step in here and do 15 rounds straight with no problem. I thank him for it. And my sparring partners, man, Vaughn, Tommy Logan, that's Two Touch. That's his new name, Two Touch, Tommy Logan, Pat, Miguel Cruz, even Twin, Clarence Booth. I've been sparring with these guys, man, been getting awesome work, man. These guys are very humble guys with their animals in the ring, you know, and it's good to have that synergy, so to speak, to be in the gym with a bunch of guys, laugh and talk, go to business, after business is over, back to laughing and talking. It's been an awesome camp. I love it down here. Every camp will be in Florida. Believe that, from here on out, every camp will be in Florida. I start camp out in New York, finish it in Florida.
Willie Monroe Jr.
Yes, sir.
We wish you well on Friday, and we'll see you on Friday Night Fights.
Hey, shouts out to Latinbox and Damon Gonzalez for being another prayer warrior and sticking by Team Monroe. Love you, baby.